All rise.
Good day, court. Mr. Bailiff.
Yes, Your Honor.
What do you have today?
Thank you, Your Honor. So the case before this court today, Your Honor, is a case of forgery and uttering of false document. Sergeant Daniel here.
Please may be seated. Sorry about that.
Yes,
Give me a moment. I see I have an obedient court today.
Thank you. So Sergeant Daniel here of the anti-fraudster police unit, who is the prosecutor today, versus Peter, I guess this one, yeah. So Sergeant Daniel here sues Peter for forging his KCSE certificates to apply for a piloting course at a Great Skies Flying School. This is a case of criminal. Case number 114 of 2021. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Welcome, Mr. Bailey.
Yes.
A very interesting one.
Yeah.
Your name is Peter. If I
Yes.
may ask, why do you have a cape in my, a hat in my coat? Can you kindly remove that?
No, Your Honor. Please, I can't take it off, Your Honor.
Why?
Due to some unavoidable circumstance, Your Honor. Or do you want me to show you?
Well, you speak with confidence. I'll exempt to that, I think.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Interesting. My sergeant, you bring forth a case. Please introduce yourself. Tell us more about yourself and the case you brought forth.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And if I may ask, and I'm not cutting you short,
Thank you.
I would like to know, you bring this case forth as a police officer or as a state officer?
Actually, Your Honor, to make things, to put things into perspective,
Yes.
Senior Sergeant Daniel.
Oh, you are senior sergeant.
Senior Sergeant.
Kindly tell us what's the difference between a sergeant, as recorded in your files here, and a senior sergeant.
Actually, sir, Senior Sergeant is OCS in waiting.
Oh,
So after here, next I'm OCS.
well, OCS is a senior inspector, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So like a OCS is a senior inspector, a chief inspector, a senior sergeant is an inspector in the waiting. Yes. Well understood. So tell us about the case now.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor, for finding time to listen to this case in this court.
Yes.
Actually, a young man came into our office, a young man from this country, and brought a case that there is one guy who wanted to apply to their school, but when they were looking at the documents, they were not legit.
Okay.
So he welcomed us to the
Investigation.
case and, so that we can investigate. That's why we are here today.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So after investigation, you certified the documents were not legit.
Yeah.
So I asked you to tell us more about yourself.
Yes.
You are from which department?
I'm from, actually, let me start by saying that I have been working in the police force for the last 15 years.
Yes.
And for the last 5 years,
Congratulations.
actually, I have been working from offices in Upper Hill.
Okay.
Yeah, and to let you know that for the last 3 months, 6 months, I have been getting promotion. Actually,
Okay.
after 6 months, I get promotion. That's why I'm a senior sergeant.
Okay.
So I'm based at Upper Hill, where we deal with forgeries and all those cases.
Okay.
Yes.
And fraud.
Yeah.
Okay. So you were the one who was assigned to investigate the documents?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. Kindly give us the actual details and facts, please. Names, if you have any to tell.
Yes. Actually, Mr. Luther, when he brought the
Luther is the one who brought the case?
the case to our offices at Upper Hill, Nairobi,
Okay.
when we tried to look at the documents of one Mr. Peter.
Peter.
Yes.
Who happens to be our defendant here?
Yes, Peter here.
Okay.
We found out that the papers were not legit.
Okay.
And upon
When you say papers, please, Mr. Officer, clarify what papers. Were they, but the birth certificate was not rigid? Was it the baptism card that was not rigid, or was it the school certificates?
Actually, sir, you don't need the papers that were not rigid are the Form 4 certificates.
Oh, the academic or school certificate.
Yeah, they were not
Yeah, that's what I was
rigid,
looking for.
Yes.
When you say papers, any paper can be?
Yes.
Okay. So who's this, Mr.? You said Mr. Luther Mukali.
Mr. Luther Mwikali is the senior recruitment officer
Okay.
at the Aviation School, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I hear you. Talk to me. Tell me more about this case.
So upon investigations, of course, we found out that some of the documents that he had, like birth certificate and the medical reports, they were okay because they don't
Those
need,
were on point.
yeah,
Those were good, yeah?
They were okay because they don't need a Form 4 certificate to go through anyway. So we investigated that case and we brought Mr. Peter here, that he was a fraudster actually, and because he was applying for a flying school with papers, documents that were not legit.
Peter,
Yes, Your Honor.
what would push you to the extent of taking such a risk? Why would you apply for a course or a job that you are not qualified?
You know, Your Honor, I think you know how hard is life outside here. And I was just looking for a way out.
And your way out would not be legitimate. You had to look for a fraudulent way to make it.
Yes, Your Honor, but you see...
You even accept, yes, Your Honor. Okay. I feel him. I feel that was more, okay. Okay, Peter, I give you a chance. Speak.
But you see, Your Honor, outside here, things are different. And whenever you go to a company to acquire a job, and the person who is interviewing you is the same age as your father. So he feels threatened that you will take his position. So what will you do next, Your Honor?
But in your case, wewe hata huko na original papers. Ulikuwa nini zote. Sasa ungepewaje kazi na you have forged everything. I guess na unasikia anataka kuapply pilot. Na ajui anything, si atatua bana.
I supposed to ask that, but since he's already asked, go ahead, answer to that.
Okay.
Why couldn't you have done a bridging course, maybe some prerequisites to qualify? There are some, you start from the ground and you climb the stairs, you will get better.
Exactly.
Your Honor, you see, since back in my school day, books has never been part of my dreams. And I wanted to be pilot. And this was the only chance I had to be a pilot. So I had no other option, Your Honor.
So it was easy. So do you drive, like drive? Do you drive cars?
No, Your Honor.
But you want to fly?
Yes, Your Honor.
Unaona. Tumpeleke rumani sahi bana. Tumpeleke jela sahi. Watakuwa watu bana.
Now, bailiff, we'll come to that where we so need.
Okay.
But for now, let's listen to him. Maybe he's got his side that would be interesting to hear.
Pilot.
So tell us more about yourself. What qualification do you have? Academic, or why did you pick on aviation? Is it a dream job? Is it the pay that enticed you?
Okay, Your Honor. You see, aviation and flying school are just one thing and the same.
Okay.
Yes, I had always wanted to be a pilot since I was a child. And now that all these things are coming to an end, I don't know what to do, Your Honor.
So the sky caught your interest at an early age?
Yes, Your Honor.
Why couldn't you have worked hard since it came at a good time for you to work hard?
Like I said,
to qualify, why couldn't you have worked hard to qualify and do it on rigid papers?
Like I said, Your Honor, since I was a child, books has never been part of my passion.
The books were not forthcoming.
Yes, Your Honor.
Does he know the qualifications zenye mtu anahitaji to be a pilot? Kama utake kusoma, how could he have become a pilot?
Do you know the qualification? He might know because when he went for his aviation interview, they're taking the intake interview, I believe maybe they briefed him. But if he's forgotten and anybody in this court would wish to be a pilot, I think you should read that out for them. I believe we have them somewhere.
Yes, the qualification, right?
Yes, please, sir.
You hear, Your Honor, the requirements to join an aviation school. Just listen, okay? Score a minimum of C+ in KCSE and C+ in mathematics, English, geography, and any other science. A certificate indicating medical fitness issued by accredited aviation medical examiner. Copies of national ID, passport, birth certificate, and academic papers. At least 6 passport sizes photos. And 3 internal written evaluation in English, mathematics, and psychometric testing. So that now you can be allowed to do the 5 lessons of flight assessment, and you will also need a certificate of good conduct. Your Honor.
Right.
Yes.
Mr. Daniel?
Yes, Your Honor.
I was coming to you. Yes.
Let me tap in there. When we did our investigations,
Yes, when the case was brought forth to your offices?
Yeah, to my office, yes. And we found out that actually he had the birth certificate.
The birth certificate was legit?
Was legit.
Oh, at least you had something legit.
And
so you're baptized, for real, yes.
And the medical report was legit because we followed even to the hospital where he took
He's healthy as well, that's
the
good.
result.
So you'll be good enough to stay in jail, yes?
Yes, but the other things were not legit. But we thank Mr. Luther for helping us to bring this case to perspective before it could have escalated to the other legal documents. Yes.
So Peter, you feel you're healthy and strong enough to be in our jails, and at least you won't cost much to the government on medical bills. So yeah, that's good. And Mr. Luther is here with us today?
Yes.
And you brought him forth as a witness?
Actually, see here, sir, as the witness.
As a witness?
Yes, sir.
Okay, a state witness being seconding Mr. Daniel?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Should I get it?
Bailiff?
Okay, thank you. Hey, my friend.
Order. I don't like your walk in the court. Kindly walk with, in a disciplined way.
Gentleman. It's okay, yeah.
This is not a catwalk place.
So, what's your name?
I am Mark Luther Jr. Mwikali.
Mwika!
Order, Peter. You know each other?
Yes, this was my buddy back in our school days.
Order.
Excuse me.
My bailiff, order. Bailiff, if you don't mind, kindly, can I have a good view? Yes, that would be good. Hey, order. Stay back there. You are accused, and I would like to see the witness as he testifies. Okay, please continue.
So your name again?
I am Mark Luther Jr. Mwikali.
Christian or Muslim?
Christian.
Okay.
Yenyewe watu omoka. Yaani hadi
Order, Peter. Order. You'll have your reunion party back home, not here. For now, here it's about
lift your right.
Crime and justice.
So repeat after me, okay? I.
And you're a criminal.
Peter. I'm not Peter.
You are?
I am Mark Luther Jr. Mwikali.
Enough. I. Martin.
Mark
Luther
Jr. Mwikali.
Do swear.
That
whatever I'm going to say before this court. Is nothing. But the truth. So help me God. Enough.
Mr. Mwikali, kindly tell this court what you know about it or anything in relation with it.
Thank you, sir.
Before the court.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Your Honor. My name is Mark Luther Junior Mwikali, and I'm the Chief Recruiting Officer at the Great Flying Schools.
Yes, and what do you know about this case?
So, thank you, Your Honor. About this case, as you know, I've been the recruiting officer for the past 5 years. And as a recruiting officer, we usually do very thorough investigations so that we cannot hire crooks. We do thorough recruitment so that we make sure that everybody is academically qualified, everyone is qualified in other things, like integrity, discipline, and any other thing that you may want to think of.
On your entry, I noticed he called your name and you know each other?
Actually, we were in the same high school.
Oh, you went to the same school?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor. You see, this man here is my buddy. Yes.
Peter, is your buddy now is a witness against you in a court of law? Good for you. Yes, and talk to me. You marked out. Did you recognize his name? Did you? What got your interest on marking out that his papers were fake?
So, Your Honor, during our thorough investigations, my team came out and said that there was one student whose papers were not qualified. That his teacher said that his papers were not qualified.
You called the school you went to?
Yes, we did so. I took the papers. I went there.
Yes.
We also took a look at the records. Here they are.
We got copies?
Yes,
Can
copies of the
see
records. And we also did copies of the admission letters. And I can assure you, for the past 2 years, he was not in that school.
He was not in that school?
Yes, and Your Honor.
That means, if I may ask, okay, first of all finish, then I'll ask you my...
And Your Honor.
Yes.
He is my neighbor back at home.
Oh.
Yes.
Interesting.
And he used to tease me after I finished high school.
Are you sure it's not a revenge case we are looking here?
No.
Yes, but Your Honor, you see, it was true. Was I lying?
Sir, you see...
You are twinkling.
Don't remind me that you try to bully me, okay?
What will you do? What will you
Hey,
do now?
order,
What will you
order. That's not what we have here. Order.
Officer, maintain order.
Afande, hao tulisumbua hivi mkuu wa station.
But Your Honor, you see, this guy here was twinkling. Nothing he could do. He was didn't give
So you
everything.
took advantage of his weakness and you bullied him around.
Ulikuwa unasaidiwa wewe. Leka huko.
Wewe Peter leo ndo unafaa kusaidiwa. Utatafuta usaidizi. Mr. Luther.
Yes.
I don't like the eyes you give Peter, but that one mtapigana tu, mtarudi hapa ni wafunge. Sawa, endelea.
Mbona muumiza huyu?
Hiyo si yangu kujua. Hebu jaribu mguzane ndio mtajua sheria.
Hey,
order. Nyamaza. Yes, speak. Nieleze mkajuana vipi, mnajuana nyumbani alafu nini?
So sir.
Yes, when the papers came to your office and you thought they were fake.
Yes, so
yes, you went to the school.
I went to the school.
Yes.
We found out everything.
So he was in high school, all right?
Yes, he was in high
you
school.
You went to the same high school?
But he dropped out at
Form 4.
Yes.
Okay.
He dropped out at Form 2.
Unajuaje sikumaliza?
Peter, nafikiri shule ilisema. Lakini ndakupa wakati utasema. Utauliza yote. Yes.
He dropped out at Form 2.
He dropped.
Yes. Sir, I continue my studies.
No, that is from the school administration that tells you he dropped out.
Yes,
okay.
The records showed very straight that he never attended school after the 2 years. Yes.
And did you recognize his name when you saw the papers?
Not really, sir. You see, I took the papers, I went through the papers, and then I noticed it was from my same high school. So I took an interest in those papers because I cannot let my fellow high school student or my classmate fail. I took a thorough look at the papers, and to my surprise, it was this man's name. And he dropped out of Form 2. So I was wondering, how is he going to apply for aviation?
Luther, you lost me somewhere.
Yes.
Or you gave me an answer too long, or else all I wanted was a simple answer.
Yes.
Did you recognize his name just at reading it? Vile nimeona jina yako hapa Luther. When you saw his name, did you recognize who it was?
You know, people have many names.
Or people could have majina yazafanana. Yes. I understand. That is okay. Okay, you got me. Okay. And after seeing is the same school, you can have the same names and same school.
Yes.
So uliona jina na ukaona shule.
Yes.
And ukarealize ni yeye.
Yes, na nikarealize ni yeye.
Did by any chance did it trigger your bitterness, old grudge, or
Why?
were you looking for justice and truth?
Of course, I will look for integrity, truth, and good taxpayers.
Do you always, the reason I ask you this is, do you always investigate all
As I said, sir,
incoming
we always
students?
do thorough investigations
Of all students,
students before coming in. That's why I brought
and since
Peter
I know you take over 18, do you send them for their good conduct certificates as well?
Yes.
Okay, I see you even do medical here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, continue kindly.
Sir, so after I noticed it was Peter, I knew he had dropped out of Form 2. And I knew he couldn't have continued with these studies. Further investigation showed that he was a good farmer.
Oh, he's a farmer. He
Yes,
used to farm.
after Form 4, he was a good farmer. He
Yes.
continued farming, and that's why he was making fun of me. Because he said I was depending on parents, and he was making good fortune out of his cash.
Oh.
Lakini silikuwa ukweli, kwani ni uongo.
Oh,
Ulikuwa
so
unapewa kila
Mr. Peter,
kitu.
you have a sense of looking down on people when you are at the top. Okay, yes, continue.
So, sir, there is an incident about his girlfriend. But he brought a very silly and shallow act about it.
Kwanza usinikumbushe wewe mazee kenye ulifanya na girlfriend yangu. Usinikumbushe wewe.
Usilete ujinga.
Usinikumbushe.
Wewe ndio ulianza hiyo ujinga kitambo, unasikia?
Wewe unaanza hizo ujinga. Yohana, unaona hawa waliniattack siku moja wakati nilikuwa napeleka girlfriend wangu home. Alafu wakakuja wakaniattack. Yeye na gang yake, hata sasa hii kwa nini nikataa kutoa kofia? Is because of the skull. Hawa ndio waliniattack nikapata skull iko kwa kichwa. Unataka kuona Yohana?
No. You said you don't want. I don't need to see anything.
Wewe kwenda huko.
Hey, not here. Hapa any mahali yuko hapo. I need to hear from him. So you have a scar bigger than the one I know in Canada. No, I know we exported. We exported a scar somewhere in Canada, but that's not the issue. We're talking here. Mr. Luther, talk to the court. Tell us more.
So, sir, that's a very shallow and silly thing to bring in court about a girlfriend.
Well,
the police.
No. I'm engaging. Listen to you because it gives me a more understanding between you two.
The police.
Exactly what is going on. Maybe there's bitterness beyond the papers you're talking about. So when you start arguing, I'll never stop you because I want to hear more and see what's exactly going on between you two.
The police did their investigations.
The police did, but we also have a personal side. He might be wrong, but he might have done the crime, but you pushed it with all your energy and efforts and even invested your time and money because you have intentions.
No, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe there's a grudge going down.
As I
Yes,
said,
that's true,
we do a recruitment through thorough investigations.
Well, go on, yes.
The police did the investigations, and
Yes, Mr. Daniel told us.
he got away with it because his family has money.
Oh, you're talking about the girlfriend case?
Yes.
Sasa kwa nyinyi mlimpiga ilikuwa ni nyinyi mshikwa
Ni
manyao.
wao.
But hiyo ya girlfriend mkitaka mtafile. For now we're talking about his forgery.
Yes.
So Ebu tuambie, so when you found the papers were not in order, ulipeleka hiyo kesi kwa polisi?
Yes, sir, I took the case to Upper Hill, Nairobi, where I found
Mr.
Daniel here,
Yes.
who helped me with the case, and we are here today.
Okay, na Mr. Daniel akaenda akafanya investigation.
Yes.
Akapata ni ukweli bwana Peter hapa hakuwa na makaratasi ya haki. Okay. So, who is that too? This girlfriend you guys were fighting about, who married her?
Ask him.
No, you say no if it's not you. Don't say you talk from your side. I'm just asking out of curiosity as I get to understand you people better.
Okay, Your Honor, you see, after he came with his gang, Then the girl's parent decided to shift the girl to a different school where we were.
And you never got to see her again?
I never got to see her again.
But you stayed with the scar to remember her?
Yes.
Ndio vijana naambianga
It's
tafadhali.
painful, yeah.
Please,
It's painful.
imagine,
Naelewa.
unaishi na kilema, sasa hata ukikataliwa na mwingine ule ungeoa sababu ya
Kilema.
mitaro kwa kichwa.
Very painful. I can feel you, bro. I can
Pole,
feel you.
pole.
Pole.
Hata hivyo, it doesn't give you, I believe umehurumia mtu sana.
Girlfriend, yona.
Akafanya ukachapwa.
Tumepitia pia sisi.
Ala.
Huku nje bana, kwa ground yaona. Ni kubaya.
Vitu ni tofauti.
Mbaya sana.
Huko yenye mimi nafikiri umekuwa fund all through.
Sasa unajua ukitoka huko bila uniform. Before nikuwa fundi sasa. Bana yaona, nimepitia.
Haya, hiyo ni yetu ya social huko kwa chambers, hapana hapa kwa judge, hapa kotini. Yes. Mr. Luther, anything else you want to add to the court, would like the court to know more about your, anything, even the bullying? I'm ready to listen.
Sir,
Yes.
You used to bully me, but that's beyond me right now.
Okay, I can see you really look beyond it.
Look beyond it.
Yes. Now, sasa, it's your time to throw back the arrows.
Yes, my friend, try hard, eh? This is life. So, Your Honor, I would like this honorable court to take a stand action against such cases. Forgery is a very bad thing.
I can imagine, and after all, going to serve, he was pushing to serve in the public. It was a risk to the public's
Yes, he wanted to fly.
lives. Yeah, that is quite risky.
Yes, so I would like the court to take very stern action against this.
I don't encourage that, but I've seen, if I may refer, there was a case in Nyeri where there was a doctor who was not qualified, and he dropped out of medical school, but he went there with his fake documents.
At least,
Na akaokolea wengi sana. So lakini sisemi fake documents. Sikusema, it wasn't from me.
at least he had an idea of being a doctor. He had nothing. Form 2.
Well, he was coming to get it from you people, si ndio?
Yeah.
Hata ningekuja na degree, hata mimi sasa ukinileta ukinipeleka kwa ndege. Siange nitajua tu. Juu nitakuja kwa ndege, lakini si sababu ati najua.
Vile ulisema kwa ground vitu ni tofauti.
Lakini wewe si mtu mzuri. Yaani badala ungenichukua uniweke hapa kando. At least tufanye kazi pamoja. Yaani wewe usifurahia nikiendelea.
Buda.
Wewe huwezi furahia nikiendelea.
Hii ni life. Pambana peke yako, sawa?
Fande kazi yako juu.
This is a man eat man society, your honor. This is a man eat man society.
Waseme. Acha waongee. Ama yona ni wa.
Kama unataka tusaidiaje?
Okay.
Yaani ungenisaidia,
Hey,
ungenileta
order. Hey, even if I give you the chance to talk, Luther, hebu simama kwa adabu tafadhali.
Utatoka nje.
Utatoka nje na niseme hata sikusikia hiyo story. Hebu simama kwa adabu na utoe mkono kwa mfuko. Look at you.
Yona, sini.
Yona, umeona tu. Anakula na roho chafu huyu.
Which school did you go to or which school do you leave?
I wonder yona.
Hii mnafalai mnaenda wapi? Mnafalai mnaenda to idiocy.
Huyo anakuwa na roho mbaya sana, your honor.
I didn't ask you for your judgment. Mimi nimesema tu, nimemuuliza tu kule na fly going. Hivyo tu hata kusimama kotini na mshinda. Where is your etiquette? So after fighting about the girlfriend, hiyo iliisha hivyo?
Hiyo iliisha hivyo.
Okay, amkuwa huyo msichana, mliwabaki tu na magraji mnatafutana.
Ni wengi.
Utatafuta ukose mtu wangu. Zafia utatafuta pia zikose. Yes, Peter, what do you want to say to them or ask anybody a question here?
Your honor. Enyewe. Mimi
First of all, Peter, sorry, I don't mean to get into your personal life, but you said they attacked you as you were coming. You were going somewhere with your girlfriend.
Yes, we were going home. Yes.
Can you explain? Trigger so you can tell me more about it. Because nimeona ni kama kuna grudge inaendelea. I want to know exactly what.
It's true, your honor. Maybe yeye ndo ana hold grudge bado. Because kuna one time nilikuwa napeleka girlfriend wangu home. Then all of a sudden akakuja na gang yake. Then hapo ndo wakaanza kunipiga. Hata nilikuwa OC.
Na umeniambia hata sky iko.
It's because of this guy.
Okay. Right. Peter, I'm giving you a chance to say something or ask them something that will challenge their evidence against you.
Okay, Your Honor. Sasa wewe, yani wewe
utamuuliza yeye ama utaniuliza mimi?
Hajielewi huyu.
Peter, I believe you are a smart guy. I believe wewe ni mjanja lakini pia ni mjeuri. You can't break the law and just because you think you are that smart and you could have you can have diverted your genius brain to more productive work like aviation from coming from farming you will get away with it. And now since these people have brought forth some evidence, you are in trouble. And I don't know why you would be leaving your farming, which you are self-employed, kwenda kurudi shule nili kujaribu aviation, although you say it's your childhood dream.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and it's good to go back to school, learn, get educated, do what you feel good,
Yes, Your Honor.
for you.
Yes, Your Honor, but you see...
But education is not the only way to success. People can do much more than that.
Yes.
Yes, we need the brains to fill in the spots, the office spots, but let's also be creative and especially for you young people. I look at you and I see the potential you're sitting on just because you're depending on getting that white-collar job as Mr. Luther here, which makes him feel quite good. And Luther, are you the principal of the school or you just work there as an administrator? What's your position?
I'm a chief human resource manager.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, I wish one day you'll be having your own school and maybe, I don't know, whether you'll walk with your eyes or you'll keep walking with your legs. I can see the pride you feel. Maybe you just want to put him down because once upon a time, looks like you people, you had your own things. Mr. Peter?
Yes.
Why did you not pursue your nyanya growing and mbogo uendelee kusupply huko nyumbani?
Sure.
Yeah. Because as I said earlier, Your Honor, books has never been part of me. And it's just...
But you don't need books to farm. I understand you are already doing very well with your farming. After the whole neighborhood knew you had money.
But outside here is totally different.
It's different because it looks like you didn't know what crime you got yourself into, Mr. Bailiff.
No,
yes.
No, Your Honor,
do you have the briefs of what he got himself into? Unaweza mwambia ni crime gani amecommit, maybe?
Yes.
It must be somewhere written for us. Yeah, according to law?
According to law.
Yes. If I'm not wrong, is section 340 of the Penal Code?
340?
Kama makaratasi ya kotini na heshima tafadhali. It's 349.
349?
Yes. It provides for the punishment of forgery and altering of false documents.
Altering of false documents. Aggregate of which are stated in a felony. If you are not to save personal liable. Any other shorter time. Your Honor, I don't know where they misplaced the documents. I guess this one.
Yeah. Hey, mtu wangu.
Thank you. Section
don't make
349.
Me ask for my old bailiff. My old bailiff is on leave ama yuko wapi?
No, Your Honor, I'll do it.
Hapana, unaniangusha.
I'm doing it now. So section 349 of the Penal Code, which provides for punishment for forgery and uttering of false document, provides. Now, listen.
Peter, unasikiza? Can you start from the top, please? Lona Peter ananiangalia. There's no sympathy for you. Tafadhali sikiza vile unasomewa hapa.
So section 349, Peter, of the Penal Code, which provides for punishment for forgery and uttering false documents, provides. Now listen carefully. Any person who forges any document or electronic record is guilty of an offense which, unless otherwise stated, is a felony and he is liable, unless owing to the circumstances of the forgery or the nature of the thing forged, some other punishment provided to imprisonment of 3 years.
Hey, Your Honor, you understand the state of our nation, eh? Juzi tu tumetoka kupigana tu na corona. Sina nguvu ya kupigana.
Hata corona haijaacha kupigana nao, but we are still at war with corona, and that's an international thing. But it doesn't give you the leeway to do such things.
Yeah.
Kwa hizo makaratasi out of curiosity, mlikuwa mnatengenezea wapi?
River Road.
River Road.
There's a river and a road, eh?
Hakuna kitu huwezi pata.
Unatembea na unaogelea.
Hata roho yako unapata huko.
Haya.
In case ukufe. Hata ya bibi ukitaka huko. River Road.
So they made money out of you, you paid for it?
Yes, Your Honor.
And now you'll have to pay a fine or go to jail?
Your Honor. Please, you understand the state of our nation already. Venye nimekuambia tumetoka kupigana tu na corona sasa hii. Sina nguvu ya kupigana na baridi na njaa kwa jela. I was just trying my way out.
When you're the first one to go, you're not the first one to be imprisoned during the time of corona na njaa.
Yeah.
Usijali, utazoeana tuko, mtapata mandugu zako.
Lakini yaona hiyo nguvu yenyewe hata nitatoa wapi?
Bwana Danieli. Mtu unasemaje kumuhusu? Any other finding? Ashaikuwa na criminal record after pengine mliangalia records zake?
Tulipoangalia record zake. Actually
hata kuiba kuku sababu nasikia ni mkulima.
Vile nilimwangalia hivi. Nilijua tu
Bwana Daniel, afande sikiza, hapa tufanyangi mambo na kuangalia. Mimi nakuuliza, ulipofanya uchunguzi wako kama police officer,
yes,
ulipata nini? Did the record show ako na criminal record ama nini?
The record that we have is that he did forgery.
That's all.
That's what we
have.
have.
You didn't investigate him beyond that.
Yes, but wakinipa kazi hii yenye ya msichana, kuna msichana nilimpata na yeye. Kuna msichana nilimpata naye, labda ni hiyo walikuwa wanapigana.
Na huu alafu hebu tuambie zaidi, ofisa akisema kitu mnasikiza.
Huyo demu alikuwa na yeye, nilimdoubt. Nikaona huyu maybe kuna kitu. Lakini hayo sio yalituleta leo hapa. But we found that.
Kwa hivyo hakuwa na criminal record nyingine, lakini uliona suspicious things.
Yeah, suspicious things, but kwa sasa we are dealing with that one.
Okay. Bailiff, ulimaliza kusomea huyu mtu?
Ni msomo mwingine, section gani mkubwa? Yona.
Hebu somea section 26. I think that one that one falls under his criminal charges hapa.
So Your Honor, the law allows
section 26.
Yes, yes, section 26.
Cap 2 and 3.
Yes,
cap 2 and 3.
As you may deem it fit, Your Honor, to save a person liable to imprisonment to be sentenced to any shorter time or to a fine, in addition or substitution to the shorter imprisonment. Yes.
Mr. Luther, do you have anything to add to this court, or may I relieve you from too much standing there?
Your Honor.
Now, I can see at the end of the day you know how to stand in court. So it was a worthy minute. So it was a worthwhile thing for you to stand there. Now, no muonesha heshima ya koti. I commend that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes. And anything else you wish to tell the court, Mr. Resource Manager?
Yes, sir.
Yes. And not about your grudge, but kitu inahusu hii kesi?
Yes, I wish to say that you should take stern action so that future occurrences like this may not occur. Yes,
Okay.
You are people of integrity, and you love Kenya to move forward with straight people. That's all.
Okay, I will take your advice seriously, although I make decisions here in accordance with the law.
Yes.
And of course, I don't know whether you wish him to be nailed because of your personal differences, but the way you've put it, it makes a lot of sense.
Yes, actually, it's because of the case, nothing personal.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, ili iwe funzo kwake na wengine.
Kabisa.
Okay, Mr. Mark Luther Mwikali. You are relieved. Please take leave.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You should take a bow then sit.
Peter, ungetaka kusema nini?
Your Honor, ningeomba tu sana kama ungeangalia tu kwa undani tu sana. At least because I have no any other job to do. Na hata nikienda jela bado nitaoza tu huko ndani.
Ujaishi kwa siku nyingine na polisi hata na kitu na hata lateness? Umevunja curfew hii siku ya corona?
Hapana.
Uendagi ile mimi nasikia vijana wanaita base?
Hapana.
Na kukunywa uto tupombe na nanga mla meza hapo Twalok?
Ni kidogo tu lakini si sana Your Honor.
Machangle?
No, Your Honor.
Ama ni mamzinga?
Huu mzinga anatoa pesa wapi ya mzinga?
Afande unakunyonga mzinga?
Nani mimi? Zile za bei nini, si unajua?
Bei gani afande?
Si juzi nimekuchafua Yohana, ukumbuki?
Order. Sikuuliza hiyo. So Mr. Peter,
Yes,
you're a very lucky man today. I see our bailiff is in a good mood and he kind of likes you. So I won't spoil his lovely and great mood, because it's not always he's in this mood. Otherwise you could have hiyo kofia ingepata imetupa huko kwa floor. And since it's a rare thing for him to show such generosity and care and kindness, I won't spoil his day. However, I consider you guilty under the law. You were caught, the police officer here, a respectable police officer here, found you with fake documents after you investigated. You are way of, excuse was that mambo ni ngumu kwa ground. Yes, it's all ngumu for all of us, but we don't fake documents. Hata si kama majaji, we've been affected by corona. I also wish to consider a case of one Fala Abdi versus the Republic of Kenya. That was the year 2006 by the laws of Kenya, in which the court substituted a sentence of 4 years to a fine of 30,000 Kenya shillings. The facts in the case were that the defendant had been convicted for possessing and using forged documents written with authority, and the document, but however, was distinguished from the case where the accused was found guilty of forgery and altering false documents. Now, to my judgment, this trial court, therefore, has had the discretion to impose a term of 3 years, or to the impose of a fine with imprisonment of a term for the crime committed by Peter Musheni. That's you. But according to section 26, cap 3 and 4 of the Penal Code, the court imposes a 5-month imprisonment term for the crime committed, with an option of 50,000 as a fine. However, Mr. Peter Musheni, this court bars you from being interviewed, considered for employment, and getting employed for any position in any company in any country that may require the submission of any or all of your academic documents for a period of 10 years. This applies to even the time within the period of 10 years that you may be in possession of any of all the legal academic. Remember, I've said all the legal, even all the legal documents you have now will be voided for 10 years, right? Or a personal document attained by either studying or bridging a course from any recognized institution. So your academic papers for now will be voided for 10 years. I bar you from being employed. So, Mr. Peter Musheni, this is your lucky day. You found the bailiff who pushed me in a good mood. I don't want to spoil his good day. Under what I've read you, this case is dismissed, and that is my judgment.